World War I. The War to End All War. Chapter 1. June 1914.
June 1914. Europe was in the midst of an idyllic summer. The nations of Europe, fierce rivals in the competition for colonies around the world and for the prerogatives of imperial power, were also joined together by webs of trade and capital. Their royal houses linked by bonds of family and marriage. Global trade was at an all-time high. The economic interdependence that a century later we would call globalization was an undisputed fact of life. The prospect of an all-out European war was unthinkable, the pundits said. Laughable, said the politicians. Nothing could happen that couldn't be resolved by the diplomats at some stylish European resort. No one saw the catastrophe coming. No one thought such a catastrophe was possible. Until it came. The Great War. The war to end all wars. The war of Western civilization. The European war that would grow to encompass virtually the entire world and ultimately force 90% of the world's population to choose sides, would prove to be a cataclysm beyond anything that anyone had imagined. By the time it had ended, over 16 million people had lost their lives. A total of 70 million men took up arms. 9 million never returned. Another 36 million were wounded. The war left in its wake unparalleled devastation. The economic cost of fighting it was estimated at the time at $186 billion. The damage it left in its wake was estimated at another $151 billion. The total of $337 billion in modern 21st century dollars represents a sum of between $17 trillion and $35 trillion, an amount so staggering as to be virtually incomprehensible. The war would shatter the peace of Europe for the better part of a century. It would give rise to another, even more devastating war in less than a generation, lead to a Cold War that would divide the continent of Europe for almost 50 years, and on more than one occasion, bring the world to the brink of nuclear annihilation. He was a boy, 18 years old, a poor student. He was thin, sickly, and suffered from tuberculosis. Gavrilo Princip was an unlikely candidate to start a world war that would bring down 4 royal houses.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?